6 days after witnessing Rose Cotter's suicide, former police officer Joel attempts to transfer the curse of the Smile entity to two criminals in their hideout. After brutally killing one, a shootout ensues and Joel accidentally kills the second criminal and intended witness. Drug dealer Louis Fragoli witnesses the event and transfers the curse to him. While fleeing the hideout, Joel is fatally sliced in half by an oncoming pickup truck. In New York City, Grammy Award-winning pop star Skye Riley prepares for an upcoming comeback tour after struggling with drug abuse and a car accident that killed her boyfriend Paul Hudson. Under the constant supervision of her mother and manager Elizabeth, along with their assistant Joshua, Skye sneaks out to buy Vicodin from Louis after injuring her back while training at Lewis's house. Skye witnesses him succumb to the curse when he brutally smashes his face into a weight plate. A shocked Skye flees without notifying the police. Skye continues to prepare for her tour, but the curse manifests, and Skye begins to experience recurring physical and auditory hallucinations, including hallucinations of people smiling at her and speaking in distorted voices. Music manager Darius Bravo invites Skye to speak at a charity fundraiser he is hosting, which Elizabeth pressures him to accept. Skye also reaches out to her former best friend Gemma, who she has not spoken to in a year following a falling out that night. Skye suffers from nightmares about Paul's death before an unknown number texts her claiming to know Skye is in danger. At the event, the teleprompter, which later turns out to be a hallucination, stops, prompting Skye to humiliate herself by launching into a speech about how fame has not solved her problems or brought her inspiration. As the shocked audience watches, she sees Paul smiling at her and punches him, only to discover that he is an elderly caretaker. Skye calls the unknown number and meets a man named Maurice, a former nurse who has been tracking the entity since it killed his brother. He explains how the curse can be passed on to any witness who observes a death caused by the entity or the death of someone infected by it. The entity is supposedly a parasite that will die without a host. Morris suggests killing and reanimating Skye to break the curse, but she panics and flees after recognizing her in her apartment. The entity attacks her again as her backup dancer, and Skye suffers a concussion as a result. In a flashback, it is revealed that Skye had a vicious drug-related argument with Paul the night of his death, and that she intentionally caused the car to crash. Skye soon wakes up at a spa where she argues with Elizabeth over her behaviour and the latter's insistence on ending the tour. After declaring to Elizabeth that she will never understand what she is going through, Skye is possessed by the entity through another hallucination, leading her to stab her mother with a mirror fragment. While attempting to escape, Skye grabs a security guard's gun and steals his driver's car. With Gemma behind the wheel, Skye contacts Morris before receiving a call from Gemma, who reveals that the entity was pretending to be her the entire time. Skye takes control of the car and meets Morris at an abandoned pizza parlor. As Morris prepares to stop Skye's heart in the freezer for 8 minutes to ensure the entity is gone, the entity takes the form of a younger Skye and attacks her. Skye manages to stop her heart, but the entity taunts her by revealing that she is still hallucinating. Skye suddenly appears on stage on the opening night of her tour, where the entity reveals its true form, a skinless, humanoid monster with multiple sets of deformed jaws nestled inside a massive grinning mouth. Fascinated by the entity's face, Skye allows it to crawl inside her as she collapses. Now possessed by the demon, Skye rises, grinning eerily, and stabs herself in the eye with a microphone, passing the curse on Darius, Joshua, the still living Elizabeth, and the rest of the terrified audience.